You know that feeling, right? That feeling you're being watched online, where a conversation you just had somehow magically turns into an ad on your screen? Well, it's not a ghost in the machine. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the tech that makes it all happen. Web cookies.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. You mention you need new running shoes to a friend, and bam, suddenly every single app you open is showing you ads for sneakers. It's creepy, to say the least. So, is your phone actually listening? The real answer might surprise you.
So let's just walk through a classic example. Picture this. You're just minding your own business, browsing on a shopping site. You're looking for, say, a new pair of wireless earphones. You click on a few, you check out the reviews, maybe compare a couple of prices. Totally normal stuff.
Then you close the tab and move on with your day. You're scrolling through social media, maybe reading the news, and there they are, ads for those exact earphones. Sometimes they're even offering a little discount, just for you. They're following you. So what on earth is going on here?
Well, the culprit isn't some secret agent living in your phone. It's actually a tiny little piece of data with a surprisingly cute and harmless name, the web cookie. This is the real reason you feel like you're being digitally stalked.
All right, so what the heck is a cookie anyway? In the simplest terms, it's just a tiny text file. That's it. When you visit a website, it asks your browser, hey, can you hold on to this for me? Its main job is just to help that website remember who you are and what you did while you were there.
To really get why they're useful, just imagine an internet without cookies. It'd be like going to a coffee shop where the barista has total amnesia. Every single time you walk in, you're a complete stranger. You'd have to log in again, reintroduce yourself, tell them your order from scratch. Your shopping cart would just empty itself every time you clicked a new page. It would be a total pain. Cookies turn that website into your favorite local spot, where the barista knows you, knows your order, and makes the whole thing easy. It's all about giving the website a memory.
I mean, that convenience sounds pretty great, right? But it does raise a question. What was the original problem they were trying to fix? Why did we need them to begin with?
Well, the original problem is kind of technical, but the idea is simple. The basic language of the web, HTTP, is what we call stateless. Think of it like a person with zero short-term memory. You could say, hello, and then immediately ask, how are you? And they'd have already forgotten you said hello. By default, a website forgets you exist the second you click on a new link.
So, cookies came to the rescue. They basically gave websites a brain. All of a sudden, you could stay logged into your email. Your shopping cart would remember what you put in it. The site would remember you like dark mode or that you speak English. These are all the helpful, totally non-spooky things cookies were actually designed to do.
Okay, so if cookies do all this good stuff, where does the creepy ad tracking come from? What's the deal? Well, this is where things get interesting, because it turns out not all cookies are created equal.
You've basically got two main players in this game, first-party cookies and third-party cookies. First-party cookies are the good guys. They are created by the actual website you're visiting. They do all the helpful stuff, like keeping you logged in. But then you have third-party cookies. These are the sneaky ones. They're created by a totally different company, usually an ad network, that just happens to have its code on the site you're visiting. And their main purpose? You guessed it, tracking you for personalized ads.
And that, right there, is the key. If you remember one thing, remember this. When you get that spooky feeling of being followed online, you are almost always talking about the work of third-party cookies.
So how does this whole thing actually work? How does this tiny little data file manage to follow you all across the internet? Well, it's a pretty clever four-step journey.
Let's break it down. Step 1. You visit that shopping site looking for earphones. That site allows an ad company to place a tracking cookie in your browser. Think of it like a little digital sticky note on your back. Step 2. You leave that site, but the sticky note stays on you. It just follows your browser wherever it goes. Step 3. You land on a completely different website, a news site, social media, whatever, that happens to use the same ad network, and that network spots its sticky note on your back. And finally, Step 4. The network connects the dots. It says, aha, this person was just looking at earphones, and it tells the news site to show you an ad for earphones. And boom, that's it.
So let's just be crystal clear on this. It is not your microphone. I know it feels like it, but what's really happening is this powerful combination of cookies, tracking pixels, and other little bits of code that are building an incredibly detailed digital profile of who you are and what you're interested in. It's data tracking, not audio spying. Okay, I know, that might all sound a little bit scary, a little dystopian, but here's the good news. You are not powerless in this situation. So let's talk about a few practical things you can actually do to take back some of your privacy.
All right,
Here's your toolkit. First, pretty simple. Get in the habit of clearing your cookies and cache regularly. It's like wiping the slate clean. Second, for quick searches or things you don't want tracked, use incognito or private mode. Third, and this is a big one, go into your browser's privacy settings and just block third-party cookies altogether. You can also dive into your Google and social media accounts and turn off ad personalization. And finally, you could even switch to a browser like Brave or Firefox that blocks this stuff by default.
Now, let's be real for a second. In the world we live in, you're probably not going to stop all tracking completely. But, and this is a big but, by doing these things, you can make a huge difference and seriously reduce how much data is being gathered about you.
Oh, and one quick side note, because this confuses a lot of people. You'll see cookies and cache next to each other in your settings. What's the difference? Simple. Cookies store info about you, your logins, your preferences, those tracking IDs. The cache stores parts of the website itself, like images, to make it load faster next time you visit.
And just so you know, the story doesn't end here. This is a constantly moving target. As browsers are starting to phase out these third-party cookies, advertisers are already shifting to new methods. One is called browser fingerprinting. Instead of a cookie, it creates a unique ID for you based on your device's specific settings, your screen size, your fonts, all that stuff. This cat and mouse game is far from over.
So, while we've demystified the cookie, it's really just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. Understanding it is a great first step. But as technology keeps evolving, this whole conversation about our digital identity and our privacy is only going to get more and more complex. It really leaves you with a big question, doesn't it? What comes next? And